has always been an industry leader and pioneer in the motoring sector. I mean, think about the first seatbelt. And over the years, they've ventured into hybrids as well as all-electric cars, but so have other manufacturers. However, not many have been able to make them as beautiful as Volvo quite does. And case in point, we have here the EX30. One thing I've always loved about Volvo's LED lights is this Thor's hammer design, and on the EX30 you also get Volvo badging inside, and that's for the front and the rear lights. For me, this car is an absolute beauty, and its styling is something that all manufacturers should aspire to. A mix of avant-garde and modern design, its compact and coupe-esque profile makes it a standout on the road or anywhere else for that matter. And check the wheels. This Volvo comes with low-profile, 5-spoke aerodynamic wheels that sure do look good. The most obvious thing when getting into your car is starting up the car, putting the key in the ignition or pressing a start button. But on this car, there is none of that. You simply just put it in drive and it's ready to go. Now that is class leading, and of course that is what Volvo is known for. I've driven quite a few electric cars and I will say they all start feeling the same. They're smooth and they're really just quiet and serene. Of course, that's the job of an electric car. However, a standout on the Volvo has to be, it really is that much more smoother, and the suspension is more pliable than the rest. The Volvo EX30 comes with two motors and they give you 315 kilowatts and 543 newton meters of torque, and you really can feel that when you put your foot on the accelerator. And of course, if you want more of that pull power, all you have to do is go into your settings and press performance all-wheel drive, and that will surge you up really quickly. As nice as this car drives, it really is quite odd. I mean, it's quite uncanny not seeing a digital cluster right in front of you, and the odometer, as well as the range, as well as the driving modes, are all on this iPad, this massive iPad here in the center, which really boggles my mind because as a safety leading car, I'm not sure what the thought was behind having to glance off of the road and onto the iPad. It really is something you have to get used to. There's a lot of little features that I love about this car, one of them being the steering wheel because it's really so nicely designed. It's square and it's really so cute. I don't like using cute for a Volvo, but the steering wheel really is cute. One thing I really love in a car is a good sound system, and the EX30 comes with a sound system with a soundbar. One of those words that really stand out when you think Volvo has to be Scandinavian, and that just means that the whole cabin is minimalistic and they have centralized all features and controls to this center tablet right here, which literally has everything from your speedometer to your drive modes as well as your indicator and range, which I find quite interesting because there's no buttons on the side to control your windows, and that's because they're here in the center, which makes it very different and unique because this is literally your go-to. One little feature I do actually like on these doors has to be the floating door handles, and of course you also get the silver door latches, and I think it just gives out this nice look about the whole cabin because it really is well manufactured. And talking about the interior, now over here in the front dash you do have materials that are recycled, and that just provides proof that Volvo really does care about the environment. So as I was talking about all the centralized features and options that are in the screen, I was looking for all the spaces that are in this car, and what I was able to find is how you open the glove box. So going into the system, this is where you press and it lowers down, which is quite cool. More space also can be found on this lower part where you can open these flaps, which will give you more tray space on the bottom as well as charging ports. Talk about charging though, you also have a wireless charging pad. In the center here is where it all looks a bit different. Of course, you do have your controls for the windows, but under there is your cup holders. Oh, that way. And of course, you can put both your cups there, or you can just turn it into one cup holder, or just fold it away and there's just space for all your change or anything else you'd like to keep in there really. The rear seats really do make you appreciate that panoramic sunroof quite a lot. I mean, the space really looks like it's endless. But one thing I also really love about the back is you get a little bit of a bin. So you can throw all your rubbish in here. And because it's easily removable, you can just throw out all your trash and slide it back in here again. And I think Juliet would really appreciate that feature. Although this does feel a bit confined because of the knee room, I will forgive it because it is a compact SUV. The seats are really quite comfortable, two-tone leather as well as cloth. And of course, looking at the driver as well as the passenger seat, the design is really beautiful. But one thing I really do also like has to be the Swedish flag over here, because it really does say it is an authentic Swedish car. Even in the back, the controls for the windows are centralized. We've reviewed quite a number of electric cars here on the channel, and after reviewing the EX30, I can say that it really is a standout from the rest. It looks really good and futuristic, but also it's competitively priced. From just over 775,000 Rand up to R1 million, this is a car worth considering.